I'll second some of those views. I think the first thing about trying to understand finances, you've got to understand it's actually very simple. We tend to make it a lot more complicated. It sounds a lot more complex, but frankly, when you actually get down to it, they're very simple building blocks that you have to understand and not really, fear the whole process of investing. Number one. So that's one clear thing in your mind. It's actually something very simple, very basic. At a level, we're all doing it anyway in our day-to-day lives, whether we're managing our households. In a sense, we're managing some element of finance, whether you're part of a business, running a business on a day-to-day basis. So everybody has some financial skill. All you need to do when it comes to investing is understand a few very simple concepts, and I'm sure Manian, through initiatives like this, will gradually educate all of us. So that's number one. The other point, of course, as I mentioned, is in understanding some of those very simple building blocks, you don't have to get further into details. Like in any business, like again the point was mentioned about if you're doing up your place, there is an expert. So similarly in the financial world, there are experts. There are people whose job it is 24 hours a day to manage your money, and therefore it's best left to them in most cases, if you can't devote that much time. So again, you don't have to tear your hair out about the fact that you don't have enough time to manage or to invest. There are avenues to do so. All you have to do is understand where you have to go and what you have to do. And that's very, very simple, trust me. I mean, at the end of all of this, hopefully there'll be some clarity or as time goes on. So it's a very simple process, very elementary, and it's important that women learn it, particularly because I think once that cycle starts, then the children will learn it somewhere down the road. And families, I think, over time will understand more and more about simple concepts of financial planning. The point was also made, it's not just women, to be honest. There are a lot of people we come across who really don't understand financial planning or find it too complicated, but it's actually extremely, extremely simple. So I guess through dialogue we'll continue with this.
We basically cater to retail clients in stockbroking, and I was actually amazed to see the number of women clients that come to me seeking advice, and how enthusiasm is there in them to understand where they are putting the money, why they are putting that money. It's not information, it is basically knowledge that they seek. And I think that is very important, because in equity market and stock market you have a lot of information floating around and a lot of quick bucks to be made on fly-by-night stories. But I think amongst the men and women clients that I get, I find women are very, very cautious. They need to understand where they need to put their money, and they want to be aware as to what is the risk involved, which I find a little bit lacking on the other part. So that's really encouraging, and I think it is more important, for women to know where they're putting their money. I think knowledge is something very, very important, and basic knowledge, nothing high funda jargon, and awareness. I think these two go together will definitely make you a sound, financially sound person going forward.